the magical valley of Nurabad, where the mountains whispered secrets to the winds and the rivers glistened like liquid gold, lived two inseparable friends, Manzar and Kushi. Nurabad wasn't just beautiful, it was enchanting. Rolling emerald hills hugged the town, with streams winding through like silver veins. The morning sun painted the sky in shades of orange and pink, while the evenings brought a calming mist that settled over the rooftops. The people of Nurabad lived in harmony, their laughter echoing through cobbled streets lined with flowered balconies. Here simplicity was a way of life, and happiness didn't come with a price tag. It was found in the warmth of a neighbor's smile or the scent of freshly baked bread. Manzar and Kushi were well known in this idyllic town. Manzar was ambitious, always dreaming of standing out, while Kushi found contentment in the little things, believing that life's true treasures couldn't be bought. One day, Nurabad was visited by a group of outsiders, dressed in dazzling clothes and flashing shiny gadgets. Their every move screamed luxury. Their laughter seemed louder, and their presence commanded attention. Manzar couldn't take his eyes off them. As he watched the crowd admire these strangers, a spark ignited in his heart, a desire to be noticed, envied, and admired. Later that evening, he shared his thoughts with Kushi. "I want what they have. The clothes, the respect, the admiration," he said, his voice filled with longing. Kushi looked at him thoughtfully. "Manzar, admiration is fleeting. People forget appearances, but they remember kindness and honesty. Why chase shadows when you have the light within you?" But Manzar's mind was made up. He began transforming his life, or so he thought. He spent all his savings on flashy clothes, rented an expensive car, and even bought a new phone he couldn't afford. Every post on social media was carefully crafted to show a life of luxury. At first, the townsfolk were impressed. They admired his style and envied his confidence. But Kushi saw through the facade. "Manzar, this isn't you," she said one day. "Maybe this is the real me," he replied sharply, brushing her off. But deep down, Manzar knew it wasn't. His quest for admiration came with a cost. To maintain his image, he started borrowing money and making promises he couldn't keep. His debts piled up, and the pressure to keep up appearances grew heavier. Meanwhile, Kushi continued living her simple life, helping neighbors, volunteering at the local school, and earning the genuine respect of the community. She never judged Manzar, but silently wished he would find his way back to himself. The annual Nurabad festival approached, a celebration of joy, unity, and tradition. Manzar saw it as the perfect opportunity to cement his image as the town's most admired man. He rented a grand carriage, dressed in the finest suit, and made an unforgettable entrance. The crowd gasped, cameras clicked, and whispers of admiration filled the air. But the applause didn't last long. Midway through the festival, the owner of the carriage arrived, demanding payment. Manzar froze, unable to produce the money. The crowd's admiration turned into murmurs of disbelief, then laughter. Humiliated, Manzar ran from the festival, his illusion shattered. Later that evening, Kushi found Manzar sitting by the riverbank, staring at his reflection in the water. "Why did I do this, Kushi?" he whispered, his voice trembling. "I wanted respect, but now I have nothing." Kushi sat beside him, her tone gentle but firm. "You have everything, Manzar. You just forgot to value it. Respect doesn't come from what you wear or own. It comes from who you are." Manzar buried his face in his hands. "I've lost everyone's trust. It's never too late to start over," Kushi said. "But this time, start with honesty." Determined to rebuild his life, Manzar faced his mistakes head on. He sold the expensive items he'd bought, worked tirelessly to repay his debts, and apologized to those he had wronged. It wasn't easy, but with Kushi's unwavering support, he slowly regained the trust of the townsfolk. They began to see the real Manzar, a hard-working, kind, and honest man. Years later, Manzar and Kushi sat by the same riverbank, watching the sunset. The sky was ablaze with colors, and the town of Nurabad glimmered in the distance. "Kushi," Manzar said, his voice filled with gratitude, "I used to think admiration was everything, but now I know that being real is what truly matters." Kushi smiled. "And when you're real, Manzar, you find a kind of happiness that no one can take away."